It turns out that you can actually do 3 or 4 episodes at once if you work with a big group of smart people, because then as we're working on 3 and as we're working on 4, then the script for 2 comes in and we can edit 2, and then while we're doing that, we maybe start to break 5 and episode 3 comes in, and it's a little bit more scattered, but you're actually able to meet deadlines a lot faster because you have a bunch of cooks in the kitchen. And even still, if you're writing episode 2 and you know that some part of it isn't working and maybe it needs a little bit more funny or maybe it needs a little bit more something else, normally there's someone in the writer's room that can take your script and just punch it up a little bit, or just, you can kind of, whenever there's a situation where there's writer's block, you can kind of combat it by giving it to someone else and fixing it up. So it's a little bit more crazy than you would expect, but essentially it's 12 people in a room writing 3 episodes of TV at a time at any given point. But it really is rewarding when you see the scripts start to come in and you're like, oh, we're actually making a TV show. This is a thing. So it's a lot different than writing, a novel or another type of creative thing.
Yeah, being a writer's assistant instead of being an actual writer on this show, do you think it's like a very different experience, and do you actually see pitching your ideas and seeing it actually translate onto the show?
Yeah, it's funny. They say that all rooms are really different. It can depend on if you have a boss who's mean or a boss who's nice. I've been lucky enough to have my boss Mike be the nicest guy on earth, and he knows that I want to write, and he knows he's read some of my stuff, and he thinks that I've got some potential. So he really is open to me throwing out my own ideas. Whereas in most cases, as the writer's assistant, you kind of are a little bit more timid and you stick to your job, which essentially is me typing. Like, I sit in the room and take notes, and whenever someone says anything, I'm typing kind of like a courtroom stenographer. And if people are asking, hey, what did we talk about last week? Like, I would pull that up and that would help, keep everyone on track. But Mike knows that I don't want to do that job forever, and he values some of the pitches that I throw out there. So it is cool hearing, everybody coming up with ideas and then being able to throw one out yourself. I was very, very reserved the first, month or so, just making sure I wasn't, stepping over any lines or, putting my foot in my mouth or anything. But I think towards the end of the run, we're writing our finale script right now, that it is really cool to be in an inclusive room where it's, I actually get to do that every once in a while. So I'm really enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.